Okay, now so let us try to understand the concept of virtual functions with the help of an example. For that, I am using my lab VM. So before we actually look at virtual functions, this is a simple program. In this simple program, if you will see, I have a class here, my account, and I have a saving account which inherits my account, right? Now, the important point to note here is that I have a method here with the same name here as well as here. Return type is same here as well as here, and the argument is also same, right? Now, what I'm going to do is before we look at the virtual functions, let's do a regular implementation. So what I mean by regular implementation is that inside my main method, I'll create instance of this, for example, or rather, let's create a pointer. I'll say star and I'll say ACC1 equal to new of the same class, right? Now what this will do is this will create a pointer ACC1 which is pointing to an object of type my account, and this object is created in heap, right? Let me also create one more. I'll copy and paste it here, and I'm going to make it as 2, and I'll copy and paste this one here, right? Now let's call the methods, but before we do that, let's try to draw a diagram and understand this conceptually. So here I have an object of my account. This is blue in color, let's say, and I have another which is another color, right? And I have my ACC1 pointing here and ACC2 pointing here, right? Now let's go ahead and make calls to this particular methods in those corresponding objects. So what I'm going to do is I'll say ACC1 and then I'll say withdraw and I'll pass, let's say 100.5, right? And next what I'm going to do is I will say ACC2 and then let me make it 200.5, right? Now let us try to run this program and see the output. Now when I run the program, you will see that in both the cases, the output is coming out as my account withdrawal, right? Now this value is coming from, let me go here. You can see it is coming from the superclass or the base class here. So when we are making use of a normal function, when I say normal function, a function which is not virtual, I'm referring to as normal, then the method which will get called will depend upon the reference of this particular class. In this case, it is my account. So since my account has this method withdraw, in both the cases, it will call the method from this particular class, right? So this is a concept when we are not making use of virtual functions. Now let's do one thing. Let me clear all the drawing and now I'll make this virtual here. Now I'll make it virtual function, right? Now again, conceptually, I still have the same heap. I have object 1, object 2, wherein ACC1 is pointing here and ACC2 is pointing here, right? Now the change I have made is that I have made the function as virtual here. Now let's try to run this program and see what happens. So now in this case, if you will see, the output is different. In the first case, it is giving output from main or the base class, and in second case from the derived class. And why is that so? Because we had seen earlier in the discussion that when we are making use of virtual functions, which methods or rather which objects method will get called will depend upon where that particular pointer is pointing to, right? So in this particular case, ACC2 is pointing to an object of type saving account, right? And therefore it will call the method of this particular class saving account, right? And this determination, whether it will call the method from my account or saving account, this determination is made at runtime and therefore it is also known as runtime polymorphism in C++. So this is how the virtual function works, wherein you put a keyword virtual. Now it is optional for you to put virtual here as well. You can put it, but it is not required. You can even leave it without this. So this is a concept of polymorphism or runtime polymorphism in C++. And this is how it works. Basically, the method here ACC2 is pointing to an object of saving account which is stored in a heap. So when we are calling the method withdraw, it will call the method from the subclass and not from the superclass.